The Bone Oracle. Oma fled the Queen Mother's chamber that night, but she did not return to her room. No. She ran past the palace gates, barefoot, heart pounding like the royal drums, until she reached the edge of the Whispering Woods. There, the trees grew crooked, and the wind spoke in riddles. In the woods lived a woman known only as Mboli, the Bone Oracle. They said she had once been a royal midwife, banished for saying the Queen Mother had no shadow. Now she lived among owls and spoke to skulls. Oma found her just before dawn, sitting by a fire made of salt and blue flame. "I've seen your teeth in the coals, girl," Mboli rasped before Oma could speak. "She marked you from the day you were born." Oma fell to her knees. "How do I stop her?" The Bone Oracle reached into her fire and pulled out a charred doll made of palm fiber and teeth. "You cannot kill her like a beast. You must make her speak your name." "What?" "She eats memory, girl. She eats voices. If you make her say your name, her power will crack." And with that, Mboli blew white ash into Oma's face and whispered, "Bury your shadow. Burn your blood. Bind your the return." Oma returned to the palace dressed as a servant girl. No one noticed, she had already been forgotten. She followed the old rhythms of the palace, the ringing of the bell for sunrise prayer, the scent of palm oil on the king's table, the silence after every royal decree. But this time, she saw everything with new eyes. The servants walked toothless, mouths shut in shame. The royal guards had dull, frightened eyes. Even the birds in the palace courtyard had stopped singing. Oma lit a small fire in the western courtyard, a forbidden act. Into it she threw three things: a strip of her own royal robe, her blood, her shadow, cut on black cloth using a mirror trick taught by Mboli, her soul, and a bitter kola nut, soaked in her tears and bound in red twine, her silence. The fire turned blue. The palace trembled. And far above, in her chamber of bone and silence, the Queen Mother stirred. The last voice. That night, the Queen Mother summoned every noble to her chamber, something she had not done in 40 years. Oma entered the chamber last, still cloaked as a servant. But this time, she was holding something in her hand. A small calabash gourd, humming with voices. She stepped forward as the Queen Mother spoke, her voice like grinding stone. "My children," the Queen Mother said, "we must bind this kingdom with silence. The time of questions is over." Oma threw the calabash to the floor. It cracked, and out poured a storm of forgotten names. Kubina. Afua. Ya. Oma. The Queen Mother's eyes widened. Her jaw trembled. Her teeth chattered, but they no longer obeyed her. Each tooth that belonged to another began to fall from her mouth, clattering to the floor like cassette coins. Oma stepped forward. "Say my name," she whispered. The Queen Mother struggled. She gasped. But then, from her cracked and bleeding mouth, she hissed, "Oma." And just like that, the power broke. The teeth around her neck turned to dust. Her body crumpled into rags and ash. And in that moment, the palace sang again. The voice of the mountain. Oma never became queen. She returned to the Whispering Woods and planted a tree made of bone and kola. The people say she still walks between the roots, listening to the voices of those who were taken, helping them return home. And from time to time, when someone speaks truth in a house full of silence, they say, "Oma's blood still sings." But be careful. For somewhere, in some forgotten corner of the mountains, a jar of teeth still waits to be opened. Tongue. Only then will you be free.